Hey everybody, yep, we are going to start a new series. This is not our standard series. It is going to be one that has mods on it, and we're not going to actually be playing in it. It's going to be a help style tutorial. So what we're going to do is we are actually going to start with Staritite, and we are going to go through all the different phases of iron that you have in this game. Okay? So I have everything unlocked. Okay, I unlocked everything. I went through every single phase, everything. Everything is unlocked that's in this game right now. So, you got diamond, you got steel, everything. Okay, and I have it set so I don't have to worry about the price of things and stuff like that. So I can just go ahead and put everything on here that I need. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is right here. We're going to have a modular miner with a metal hat on it, and that's the first thing you're gonna get. Okay, then so this is a normal node, so this is going to give out 60, so it's going to give out a total of 60. Okay, so 30 and 30. Okay, so that we need to go into here, merge them together, do a single and there. So that's going to bring that to right over there. And if you notice, it is running right now. I do have a mod going that actually does it so we don't need power. So I don't have to worry about the power, because this is all just figuring out how to actually make the actual machines work. Okay? So right here, this is where we need a crusher, because we need to crush the Staritite into something. Okay? So now we're going to take that 30, and it's going to go into here. This is going to be crushed Staritite right here. This is going to give us the crushed Staritite. Okay. Do need to do this stuff. There, it just has to be connected to a pole. Okay. So that's going to give you the crushed Staritite. Now, the crushed Staritite goes into a smelter right here. And it's going to give 60, so we need to do 2 of them. So we need another logistics. We need a splitter here. Not like that, though. So that's going to go there. That's going to go to there. Why did I just do that? Of course I had to do the wrong one, right? Of course I had to. And that one's going to go from there. That is going to connect up to right there. That gives both of them power then. And we're going to do sloppy iron ingots. Okay. That's going to give us our sloppy iron to sloppy iron ingots. And over here, I'm just going to do... We're not going to worry about this for right now. All I'm going to do is loop you right around into there. You're going to come up. There. So now, this is making sloppy iron ingots. This is making sloppy iron ingots. You're getting 30. 30 iron or 30 iron. Or 30 Staritite. So it's giving out 60. So it's going 30 and 30. These are continuously running, 1 and 1, which is giving those. So, with that, you could make 1 thing of plates, and then you can make 2 things of rods. Or you can make 2 things of plates, and then turn 1 of them into sheets. Okay, because you do need that. So you need a lot just from this. However, if you go like this, and you remove all of those, okay, and then you add in the production tab, you add in a sorter, which is right there. Then you take this 60 and you put the 60 into here, and this one takes Staritite, sorted Staritite, This is going to give you, take 120, it's going to give you 90 and 60. Okay. There. So there we go. Now this is going to start taking it in. It's not going to take as many as it could. Because remember, this is only doing 60, so we would need this double. So it's on, not giving that much. There, we'll bump that one up so this one can keep going. Okay. So that's going to go to there. Now this is going to make it into those. Now, if you come over and you do a smelter, and a smelter, and then again we're just going to take another one of these. It's going to go, actually, nope, wrong one. Actually, that was right. No, it actually wasn't. Wow. Need to flip it around. There we go. This is going to go loop right around there. Okay. This is going to be our magnesium. Magnesium, we're going to deal with that later. That's going to be a different set. Okay. Over here, we're going to do splitter. That and that. That's going to give 30 over here to give iron ingots, and it's going to give us 45 now. Okay, so now we've gone up. Okay, we were at 30, we're at 60 total coming out of there. Now we're going to have a total of 30, 60, making 45. But it's not actually going to be that, because again, we had to cut it down here. So it's actually not going to be exactly 50% more, but it does give you the option of having another one of these. Okay, so go like this, like this. There we go. Now those are going to be making that. Okay, now if we want to go even more, what we need to do is, one, we need to put another one of these right here. This, go over, this over there. There. That's just going to get rid of all that for us now. So now we don't have to worry about that one. Okay? Again, these ones we're going to cover in other videos. So right here, this is how we're making it. What you need to do is, if you're not using a Mark II, okay, so if you're not using a Mark II, that means you take that and you make that into a steel. Okay, now it's going to give out 60 and 60. It's going to give you the option of another one of those. It's going to get broken out from there, put into there. This one is then going to merge here. It's going to go over there. This one. Just going to go up there. It's clipping. It's okay. Okay. I know it's going to aggravate me, and I will get that fixed in a little bit. Okay. Right here. Staritite. So now this is going to give 60 and 60. So that's going to make 120 Staritite that's going to come out now. Okay, that's going to make this run at 100% efficiency. Not 62 anymore, it's going to run at 100% efficiency. Okay, going to take a little bit of time for that, but that's okay. Now normally when I make this, I bring this out to right here, so that way I have an extra room to be able to do all this stuff. It's fine. Again, we'll fix this later. But that's going to give us now the ability to have a third one of these. iron, iron, and iron. Okay, so it's taking out of here. Gonna take the 90 that's coming out. Okay. Okay, so it's gonna take the 90. It's taking the 90 and separating down to 30 each. That 30 is coming over to here, which is making 45 each. That's making 45, 90, and then 135. Okay, so now we've taken our 120 and made it 135 ingots. So now we're at 15 more. Okay, because remember, we started at 120. We're doing 60 on each. Coming over here, it's splitting it out and making it 90. But then that 90 is then getting multiplied in here to make them into 45 each. Okay, now that means we can take and burrow merger. And then we'll just do this. Three. There. So now that is making 135. That's now going in there. Now we can split it out to a lot more things. Okay? Even if we cut it in half, 135 divided by 2. So now we're making 7.5 more than we were before. Okay? Now we need to go to a different thing. Okay? So we've only used one of them. Now we need to set up for another thing. So we're going to do the same thing. Okay? But now I'm going to do logistics, merger, and this. And then, again, we're going to cover these in a little bit later of a section, okay? Okay, now. We'll do it on that one. Gonna come over. Then wrong way. Wrong way, bear. Okay, there we go. Now, this is going to give out 60 and 60. Okay, so we got 2 that can go on there, right? We're doing Staritite again. Mixed Staritite. No, that's Staritite and Rubite. Never mind. Crushed Staritite. Crushed Staritite. Now, in here, we're looking for Staritite. We have Tier 2, Tier 3, and the standard one. This one's the one you're going to use in the beginning. You don't get this one until way later on, okay? Because this one, you need hydrochloric acid, okay? And you also need sand just to make these, okay? There's also alternates, okay? So the alternate, pure sorted iron, which takes 120 and water to then give you 150 iron, But if you're just going off the standard recipes, that's going to be right here. You're going to have your iron, your 90, and the 60. Okay? For the next set, you need sets of 60. Okay? You need 60s. So, blast furnace is what we need for the next one. So, right here, to make molten iron, you need... Nope, that's the wrong one. I want just slop. Do you have that still? Simple mold. There we go. Simples. Magnesium iron right here. So crushed iron, 60 crushed iron. And then that gives you 30 molten iron. Okay? So it cuts it in half. Okay? But remember, we have 90. So this, you want to make sure you give yourself enough room. There we go. Okay. So then this one is going to be the same thing. Okay, there we go. That one's now set. Now, to make this, all it does is gives you that. So, we need to logistics splitter. Mark 2. Guns Mark 1 again. Okay, again, we're gonna just take this. That one there, that one there. You connect up to there. You know, just connect yourself right here. There we go. This one connects up there. Now, those two are going to make, remember, 30, and this one's going to make 15, because remember, I only have 30 left. Okay? So we're going to have to cut this one down. So you need to do overclocking if you're going to do it this way. That means you're going to have 15 of this. Now, in production, you have the solidifier and cooler. And here you have iron. So you have an alternate. Well, let's do this. Iron. You have iron ingots, which is taking the iron, the molten iron, and making it into ingots. Then you have an alternate for casted iron plates. You also have alternate for casted iron rods, and you have an alternate for casted iron screws. So it just comes directly from the mold and makes it into 120 screws. No, nope, that one right here. So that takes 10 per minute to make 120. Think about that. We're making 45. Okay. So that's 4.5 times 120. 540. Okay. Now, I would suggest when you're starting out on this one, just do your standard iron. Way too many recipes in here. Iron. Just do your standard. Okay. Takes 30 and gives you the iron ingots. Then you can start making them into whatever you need them to be. Okay. So you can make them whatever you need to be when they're in here. You just got to put the things on the end out of that one right there. Yes, there's multiple outputs on here, but for some reason that one doesn't get used. I'll just show you. I like that. Now, in here, these two, you have iron and slag. Okay, so right here. Invalid paper shape. Let's do another one over. Three. Okay. And this one's gonna come over. This one's the slag. There. Go here. And there. Now we're going to take this again. I'm going to put you down into there. You are going to come, just because I need to get rid of you, fluid conditioner, back over here. Back into there. You're going to come out of here. There we go. That's just going to sink everything over there. We will tell you what you can do with all this stuff in just a little bit. But let's go ahead and get this thing going now. Steel mining hit. Then we're going to do this, there, you, into there. Now let's get this thing going. This is going to give us the same amount as before. Okay? It's giving us the same amount as before. Now, if you have this other one here, so you have two of them, you can set them both up the exact same way. However, this one then can run at full power. So you'll have three of these going that are going to make 120 of them. Okay? So it's going to make 120. This, totally forgot, needs to go here. Totally forgot. This one is actually wrong. Because this one just go right into here. This one needs to go directly into there. Yeah, it's just clipping, it's fine. Okay, so that's bringing over here. Now they're getting the molten. Now that one's starting to go. These ones connect up to each other. Iron ingots. Now these do use steam, and they also need water. Okay? So of course, they can't be going how I want them, can they? There. Now I can do water extractors here, here, and one more. There. Logistics Mark II. Come on. You can get there. There we go. So now, there's our water. Molten. Did I do these backwards? I did. Dang it. Knew I was gonna do that. Wow, that was a twitch. Twitch right there. You know what? I will be back in just one moment. I'm gonna get this sorted out, and then I'll be back. Okay. Now, here is what we got. We have the iron coming over. Iron's coming over here. It's getting 1.5 to make 120. Okay? So, with this, take this down 60, because remember, we're only getting 15 over here. Okay, so that means this is going to go really slow compared to this one over here, which is getting its 30. So that's making 120. So now, out of 120, we are making 180. Okay, so we went from 120 to 135, from 120 to 180. Okay, so 180 divided by 2 equals 90. So now we're 1.5 times what we normally would get just from running it through here. Yes, that is what the power of Moltens does. Now, there's even more to do with these. Because in here, you have the pure, so you can make even more. So just off of that one node right there, if I didn't want to take the magnesium out here, and I wanted this to be iron, I could make this 150. So it would be 150 crushed iron from 120. Okay, so 150, that would be 2 of these plus another half of one. Okay, so that means we would be making, out of 120, we'd make 120, 240, 300. So I could make 300 iron bars off of one normal tier 2 modular miner. Yeah, that's how much molten and alternates matter in this game. Yes, you can make a ton. Like, look here. Wonder which one's going to fill up first. But now we also have, in here, we have the tier 2s. So the tier 2 Staritite, so we put in 100. Only 100 this time, and we get out 100. Okay? So instead of putting in 120 and getting out 90, we're now putting in 100 to get 100. Yeah. We come down here to this one, we're putting in 100 to get rutile. Wow, I cannot speak today. Rutile. So Staritite turns into rutile, magnesium, and cobalt. All of these are late stage ones. But now we also have this, which we can use with, hold on, wait for it, a washer. So purified, where is it? Purified iron. So 60 crushed iron with 30 water becomes 60 purified iron. Okay? 60 purified iron. Now, come over here. Iron. 60 purified iron, 1 oxygen, and 0.5 meters of methane gives you 45 molten iron. Come over here. To do ingots. Right here, molten iron, which I believe is the same that you get with this one, right? Yep. So you get 45 per. This one's only taking 30. Okay? So you're getting even more now, just from the purification. So we're taking 30, making that 30 into 60. We're taking 60, making that to 45. Instead of going from right here. Right, where is it? Right here. Here we go. Instead of going from 60 to 30, we're now going from 60 to 45. So we're gaining a little bit more, so then we're getting even more. So if you think you're going to run out of iron, you are far from it. So let's go ahead and start out from beginner. You're doing this one on there, and you're just doing a standard miner. You're not going to have both of these. You're just going to have one. That's going to take your Staritite and make it into crushed Staritite. Crushed Staritite is going to go into a sorter. It's going to give you the crushed iron, magnesium, and stone. Magnesium and stone we'll take care of in another video. This is going to separate them out into 3 smelters, which are making 30 iron ore, 45 iron ingots each. Okay, so we're getting 135 right here. Okay. After you get molten metals, which is tier 4, I believe. Tier 4, I believe, is where you get those. Once you get those, you do everything the exact same until you get to right here. This is where it changes. Instead of going into a smelter, you go into a blast furnace. And then you use that blast furnace to then turn into your ingots, which is going to give you 135, 120, 180. We're getting 180 now out of here. That can slow down. There. So we'll do that. So now everything will come out all nice and pretty, and it'll look like it's always coming out now. I hate belts that look like they're missing stuff. You know what I mean? So now, there's that. Now over here, this one is the last way, and it takes a long time to get everything, because you have to set up all of the other stuff. Okay? So to make the methane and the oxygen takes a lot more work. Okay? Methane. To make methane, you need to take natural gas, filter it with a fabric, and that gives you carbon dioxide and methane. Or, recipes for air splitting, air with fabric to make oxygen, methane, and coal. That's what we need here. But then, you got to think about it. We also have to figure out what to do with this. Because remember, we're getting coal. And we got to use a chemical reactor for that. Okay? Toxic air gives you methane and hydrogen. Okay, down over here. Is it this one? No, it just takes water. Okay. So, sorter. You have the dirty water. You have to use that to make stuff too. Yeah. Lots of stuff that goes in here. It's like Let me see. You know what? I will be back in just 1 minute. I'm going to set this up and then I will be right back. Okay, and we are back. Let's go ahead and get this steel mining head in here. We'll get this thing going. It's going to start spitting out our ore, which is going to come over here. It's going to get crushed into Staritite. Staritite. There is a mining attachment that you can put on here that'll just, it goes to the back, it hooks up right in this little area, and it'll automatically crush it so you can get rid of these. I forgot to unlock that. It's the only part that I forgot to unlock. I will get that later on. I just gotta get the resources for it to be able to do that on the main base. But we come over here, we crush, then right over here we're using the pure Staritite to give us 150. Okay, so that's going to give us all this. It's going to come over. It's going to do 120 into 150. That's then going to sort out over here. It's then going to come over to here to these, which are going to take the crushed iron and make them into purified iron. Okay, so you can see it's starting to come in. There we go. Now that is going to come over here. That's 45. It's going to give us 60. This gives us 60. And it's going to give us right over here. It's going to take 60 and it's going to give us 45. So you can see it's starting to come slowly. These ones got to build up. Because again, it's just separating out. It's giving majority of that one. It's giving half to each one of these ones split. So these are getting, what, a quarter each? That's getting half of all of it. Yeah. But as soon as this one fills up, then it'll be the other way around. Then all the rest of them will start going a little bit more. But it comes over here. Now it's making into molten and it's giving the slag. The slag is going off into the top one here. This one is going to be our molten iron. So our molten iron gets separated out over to here because these two are giving 45 each. These take 30 each. Okay? So that's 30, 60, 120. All right, 30, 60, 90. There we go. And these two right here are going to do that. This one, I just left how it is. It's got 15 extra, so it's just going to have 15 extra that's going to come around. All of these are just making ingots. They're all coming over here, and then they're coming into here. Okay? Now time to show you what else is going on. Right here, we are getting rid of all of our steam. Oh, well, we're supposed to be getting rid of all of our steam. Eek! Totally forgot. I didn't hook those up. Ah, no. 1 second, and we can get this. There we go. That is getting rid of all of our steam now. All of our steam is then coming over here and is going into there. I could turn the steam back into water and then recycle it if I wanted to. I just find it's a lot easier just to recycle it. I have a modular water system here, which I can add more if I need to. So it makes it even bigger. And then it's big enough just to be able to fit one. And they just snap right in there, so it's fine. I got all those going. Now, right over here, molten slag. The slag is coming over here. It's going into here. This is taking 75 meters a minute. And it's turning it into 50 slag and 20. Yep, there we go. Sulfur. So the sulfur is coming over here. The slag is coming over here. It's taking the cold slag and it's making it into crushed stone. Crushed stone is then coming over here and it's going from crushed stone into lime dust, which is then getting transported all the way back to here, which is going into here, which goes into this one, which this one is taking the dirty water and turning it into all of these purifieds. Okay? Those are then just coming over here, and I have them just getting put into here. Okay? So that is taking the dirty water there. This is taking all of the crushed stone, making it into lime dust, which is then getting transferred back over to here, and then it's going into here. Now I'm just waiting for all of this to start coming over. That way I can start filtering this out a little bit more. So I need it filtered out a little bit more. Let's do this. Full bike network. Let's clear it out real fast. So it's not full, but it is full in here. I need that dust. There we go. So it's 36. Ooh, I forgot. It's not running because of the water. I didn't do anything with the water. I meant to take the water from there and go there. And there we go. So I was getting rid of all of that, is now filtering everything. There we go. Oh, I forgot to get rid of water. That's why we go through these things. But now, there we go. This is all going in there. All of that is getting taken care of. The water's all going away. Everything's getting taken over here. Getting put right into here. Which then after a little while, it's just going to sink it all. Now, over here. This one, we needed the purified iron. We needed oxygen and methane. To get those up here, we have our air collector. So our air collector's in range of 0. If you put one of these too close, it changes this down to 12 meters cubed per minute. Okay? 12 meters. So it takes it down in a third if you put one within 5 tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I put one of these right there, look at that. So, to make these the most productive, okay, have 5 in between. You need 5 tiles in between. Okay? So you could actually just take and just do 5 and then do a jaunt out, 5 and a jaunt out, and that's where you put your thing. So like this. There we go. Just like that. That's all you need. This one I don't have perfectly centered on there. Yeah, there's a lot of things wrong with this build. This one's not perfectly centered either. These things hang down a ton. Look at that. They are like majorly hung down. Like this, get rid of that. Look at that. Sort of looks like it's clamped on there now, doesn't it? I actually think that's how it's supposed to be, clamped. It's supposed to look like it's clamped, isn't it? There. Well, there we go. See, now it looks like it's clamped on there. Everything looking pretty there. So that's how you do that. Now, come over here. Got a ton of fabric. So the fabric coming out here into 2 chemical reactors. Chemical reactors take the air and fabric and give us oxygen, methane, and coal. Over here. Oxygen, methane, and this. So and this is all getting made out into there. Look at this. Just not a little bit of time to explain. These are the exact same as always. Just got to make it ingots. So taking the molten iron and the water and making steam, just like always. This is the final way to do it, purified. Okay? And I also threw in the alternate recipes. So we have the alternate lime dust recipe. We have fluid conditioners going. We have the alternate going right here for the pure sorted iron. Then we have our purifiers right here, taking our crushed iron and our water and making it into there. Then that's coming over here, going into each one of these, which is then turning around and making our slag and our molten, which is then coming over and making those. This right here is making 120, 240, 480, 480, 480 off of 120. Yes, 4 times what we're mining. 4 times it. Yeah, that's a lot. So going from right here, 120 to 135 to 120 to 480 iron ingots. Make sure all these are 2. For some reason I had 1 on that one. That was not good. Look at there. All of these are just getting filled up now. That's like going up like crazy. Look at that. Yes. So this was our first tutorial on iron. How to set up from your basic, where we didn't have anything past this point. It just went from crusher directly into smelter to get the sloppy, all the way to the most complicated, using air, chemical reactors, sorters, or washers, blast furnaces, solidifiers, fluid conditioners, everything. Pretty much every piece in here. But you got to think, this is how big this one is. You get that? Versus how big this one is. This is taking up a 10 by 10 by 6. 10 by 6. Yeah. That's 16 right there. 16 wide over here on this side. And it's all right here. Going all the way back from here. So it's using up all this. It's using, for these 2, it's using those 2. It's also using, where is it at? This one is using those back 2. And it's using those 2. So it's got 2, 4, 6 water extractors, a miner, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crushers, 1 sorter, 1 fluid conditioner, 3 ore washers, 3 blast furnaces, and 4 solidifiers. And 1 CO2 chimney. 3 air filter, what are they called? Air collectors. There we go. Wow. 2 reactors just to make that. So you use a lot more resources to get this set up, to get it all built. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was a lot of fun actually getting to do the build. Actually getting to show this build versus that build versus that build. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I did enjoy it. I like doing all these builds and all that kind of stuff. If you guys liked it, go ahead and let me know. So that way I can go ahead and make more of them. I have more options that I can do. I'm not thinking I'm going to do Staritite and all those, but I might. Just so I can get the other resources, because I still got to do magnesium. I got to do invert. Everything has to be. So I want to do one of these for everything, so that way you know how to actually do it. Some of those other ones are going to be a little difficult. That's the reason I'm doing this, is because I couldn't find them. Couldn't find out how to do certain things. So I wanted to make it so other people could. So I will see you guys next time.